She didn't fall in love with his words, his looks, or his promises. She fell in love with the way he stayed. The way he chose her, even on ordinary days. This is not a story about perfect men. This is a story about men in love. Once upon a time, love was not loud. It didn't arrive with fireworks or dramatic confessions. It arrived quietly, like a man waiting outside her worries. A man who didn't rush her heart but walked beside it. A man in love is not defined by how intensely he feels, but by how deeply he cares. He doesn't love like a storm that destroys everything in its path. He loves like a shelter, calm and steady, where a woman can finally breathe. When a man is truly in love, a woman doesn't have to question her worth. She doesn't lie awake wondering where she stands. She doesn't feel the need to compete, prove, or beg. Because his love speaks before his mouth ever does. A man in love shows up. Not only when things are beautiful, but when they are broken. Not only when love is easy, but when it demands patience. He understands that love is not about possession. It is about protection. He doesn't make her feel small to feel powerful. He doesn't control to feel secure. Instead, he reassures without being asked. He chooses loyalty without being tested. He offers honesty without being forced. A man in love listens. Not just to her words, but to her silence. To the pauses in her voice. To the emotions she doesn't know how to explain. He doesn't dismiss her feelings as drama. He treats them as truths. Every woman deserves a man who respects her heart. Who honors her boundaries. Who understands that love is not about fixing her, but about standing with her as she grows. A man in love celebrates her dreams. Even when they don't include him. He claps for her success louder than the world. Because her happiness never threatens his masculinity. It strengthens it. And above all, a man in love is consistent. His love doesn't disappear when life gets busy. It doesn't change with his mood. It doesn't come and go based on convenience. He loves her in public and protects her in private. This is the kind of love every woman deserves. A love that feels like home. A love that feels safe. A love that doesn't ask her to shrink, but allows her to become more. Because when a man is truly in love, love is not something he says. It is something he lives. If you want, I can expand each keynote into 400-word love story sections, or create image prompts for this speech like your previous ones. A man in love does not arrive like uncertainty knocking at her heart. He does not leave her guessing, doubting, or overthinking his intentions. His presence feels like relief, not pressure. Like a deep breath after holding one for too long. With him, love does not feel like a test she has to pass every day. When a man truly loves a woman, she doesn't feel the constant need to check her phone. She doesn't replay conversations in her head, searching for hidden meanings. She doesn't fear that one wrong word will make him disappear. Because his love is steady. It doesn't flicker between affection and silence. A man in love understands that safety is not built through grand promises. It is built through consistency. Through showing up when he says he will. Through choosing honesty even when it is uncomfortable. Through making his intentions clear without being asked. He does not use love as a weapon. He does not withdraw affection to gain control. He does not create emotional distance to feel powerful. Instead, he reassures naturally. Not because she demands it, but because he knows her heart deserves peace. With him, her mind is calm. Her heart is not constantly racing. She is not afraid to express her feelings or share her fears. Because he listens without judgment. He holds her emotions with care, not criticism. A man in love protects her emotional space. He is careful with his words. He knows that love can heal, but it can also wound. So he chooses kindness even in disagreements. He chooses patience over pride. In his love, she is not walking on eggshells. She is not shrinking herself to be accepted. She is free to be soft without being weak. Strong without being intimidating. Vulnerable without being ashamed. Safety in love means she can rest. She can be herself without fear of abandonment. She can trust that even on difficult days, he will not turn cold. He will not punish her silence. He will not disappear when things get heavy. A man in love becomes a place where her heart can land. Not a battlefield where she must constantly defend herself. His love feels like warmth in a world that has been unkind. Like a quiet assurance that she is not alone. Like hands that hold without gripping. Like a presence that calms rather than confuses. A man in love does not love only when it is convenient. He does not stay only when things are smooth and beautiful. His love is not seasonal, changing with moods or circumstances. It remains present when life becomes heavy and complicated. When challenges appear, he does not look for exits. He does not treat conflict as a reason to walk away. Instead, he leans in. He chooses effort over escape. He understands that love is not proven during easy moments, but during difficult ones. A man in love chooses her on days when misunderstandings arise. When words are imperfect and emotions are messy. He does not give up because it feels uncomfortable. He stays because her heart matters more than his ego. He chooses her when life tests his patience. When responsibilities pile up, when stress tries to steal his softness. Even then, he remembers who she is to him. Not a burden, but a partner. A man in love does not threaten distance during arguments. He does not make her fear abandonment to win a point. He does not turn his silence into punishment. He understands that walking away might be easier. But staying and fixing things is braver. Choosing her means defending the relationship. Not against people, but against pride, impulsive decisions, and temporary emotions. It means speaking respectfully even when upset. It means listening even when he disagrees. It means apologizing without counting who was wrong first. A man in love chooses her growth along with his own. He does not ask her to dim her light to protect his comfort. He walks with her through change, not away from it. Because love, to him, is not about possession. It is about partnership. Even when love feels heavy, he does not drop it. Even when life pulls him in different directions, he does not forget her place in his heart. He understands that real love is not proven by staying when everything is perfect, but by choosing each other when everything is imperfect. A man in love wakes up every day and makes a quiet decision. To show up, to try again, to love intentionally, not because it is easy, but because she is worth the effort. A man in love does not listen only to respond. He listens to understand. He listens to feel what she feels, even when her words are tangled. Even when her voice trembles between strength and vulnerability. He notices the pauses in her sentences. The way her eyes look away when something hurts. The silence she carries when she doesn't know how to explain herself. He understands that sometimes her quiet is louder than her voice. A man in love does not interrupt her emotions. He does not rush her feelings toward a solution. He does not tell her to calm down when she is trying to be heard. Instead, he creates space. A space where she can unfold her heart without fear of being dismissed. He listens without making her feel dramatic. Without minimizing her pain. Without comparing her struggles to others. To him, her feelings are valid because they are hers. When she speaks, he is present. Not distracted by his phone. Not half absorbed in his own thoughts. His attention tells her that she matters. That her words are safe with him. A man in love understands that listening is an act of love. It is patience in its purest form. It is choosing connection over control. He listens even when the truth is uncomfortable. Even when it challenges his perspective. He does not listen to win arguments. He listens to protect the bond they share. He knows that sometimes love is not about being right, but about being gentle. In his presence, she does not feel the need to explain herself repeatedly. She does not have to raise her voice to be taken seriously. Because he hears her the first time. With empathy, not defensiveness. A man in love remembers what she shares. Her fears, her dreams, her unspoken worries. He carries her words carefully, as if they are fragile. Because to him, her heart is sacred. Through his listening, she feels seen. Through his understanding, she feels valued. Through his silence, she feels supported. Because love, in its truest form, speaks the loudest when it listens deeply. A man in love does not see her dreams as distractions. He does not treat her ambitions as temporary phases. He looks at what she wants to become and sees something sacred. Something worth protecting, nurturing, and believing in. He listens when she talks about her future. Not with impatience, but with curiosity. He asks questions. He remembers details. Because her dreams are not noise to him. They are a window into her soul. A man in love never asks her to choose between love and purpose. He understands that a fulfilled woman loves more freely, more confidently, more honestly. So instead of shrinking her world, he expands it. He stands beside her when she doubts herself. When fear whispers that she is not enough. He becomes her quiet reminder that she is capable. That her dreams are valid, even when the world says otherwise. A man in love celebrates her wins without envy. Her success does not make him feel smaller. It makes him proud. Because her growth is not competition. It is connection. He supports her in ways that don't seek applause. Through patience when she is busy. Through encouragement when she is tired. Through understanding when her focus shifts toward her goals. A man in love knows that dreams require sacrifice. Late nights, early mornings, moments of exhaustion. He does not complain about the effort it takes. He becomes part of it. He respects her independence, not because he wants distance, but because he trusts her strength. He loves the woman she is becoming, not just the woman she is now. A man in love never fears her evolution. He grows with her, he learns with her, he adjusts without resentment, because love, to him, is not about holding someone back. It is about walking forward together. In his love, she does not feel guilty for wanting more. She does not apologize for her ambition. She feels supported, understood, and respected. Because when a man is truly in love, her dreams feel like shared promises waiting to be lived. A man in love does not love only when it suits his mood. He does not appear when he needs comfort and disappear when he is full. His love does not depend on convenience, timing, or benefit. It remains present in routine, in responsibility, in repetition. Consistency in love is quiet. It is found in everyday choices. In messages sent without being reminded. In promises kept even when no one is watching. In effort that does not seek praise. A man in love does not make her question where she stands. His actions align with his words. He does not give affection one day and distance the next. He understands that love built on confusion eventually becomes pain. He shows up in small ways that matter. Checking in, remembering important dates, offering support without being asked. Because real love lives in details. A man in love does not disappear during difficult phases. He does not wait for things to improve before caring. He stays through uncertainty, through emotional seasons, through moments when love requires patience instead of passion. His consistency gives her peace. She does not have to chase reassurance. She does not have to compete for attention. She trusts his presence because it has proven itself over time. A man in love loves her in public and protects her in private. He does not hide her when it is inconvenient. He does not claim her only when it benefits him. His love is steady whether the world is watching or not. Consistency means choosing her every day. Not out of obligation, but out of intention. It means loving her when she is joyful, and standing with her when she is struggling. A man in love understands that feelings may change, but commitment is a decision. He nurtures love instead of waiting for it to feel exciting again. He invests in the relationship even when life becomes busy. Because love, to him, is not a moment. It is a daily presence that does not fade with time.